Hi everybody, this is Kate Haley with Glazer's Camera today, kicking off our second and final session for PhotoFest 2020, the virtual edition. So today we are going to talk with Bryan Covarrubias of Westcott, and we're going to talk about creating fun portraits using continuous lights. The cool thing about this session is Bryan's actually set up a mini studio in his workspace, and we're going to actually get to see some photography happening live in action. So we're excited about this. So Bryan, maybe just tell us a little bit about you and what you do with Westcott before we kick into the conversation, presentation, demonstration.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you. First, thank you guys for having me. We're excited to be here. I'm looking forward to this 100%. So I haven't done something like this in a while, so it's good to get these creative juices going. But my name is Bryan Covarrubias. Like you said, I've been with the photo industry. I've been in the photo industry my entire life. So I don't know anything else other than photography and maybe some sports here and there. But lifelong photo geek. Currently, I run the Western region sales channel for Westcott, and I'm happy to be here. So let's take the. My son is going to be right here. He's right over my shoulder, and he's going to be joining us today. And we're going to be taking some cool, fun portraits with him.
And just so everybody knows, while we're doing this session, if you have questions for Bryan about Westcott gear or the gear, camera, lighting setup, all of that, please feel free to ask those either on the Facebook feed or the YouTube channel, and we're going to ask those live while we're going through this. So don't be shy. Feel free to ask those questions and get them posted. All right, Bryan, let's go.
All right. So first, we're gonna do real quick. I quickly want to show you what I'm gonna be using today. So the first thing that I'm gonna be using is the uLite LED 2 light continuous light kit. It comes with a softbox and it also comes with a Octabank. But very affordable, $249, available at Glazers currently in stock. So it's very, very simple, affordable setups that are great just to have around the house. Um, awesome to
I didn't get
just,
that.
sorry about that. Just to make shooting a lot. I think anytime you add light to a setup, it makes your photography a lot better. Whether you're using your phone or you're using an actual camera. Hopefully, you're using a real camera, and you'll see the difference the moment that you add continuous light. So I'm gonna switch from this camera over to my other camera. So there'll be a little blank. There'll be a still for a couple seconds. But if you give me a quick second, I'll switch over to my camera. Diego, can you get ready? All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce one light, which is my Octa. So once I have my Octa, that's my key. What I try to do is the one thing that I try to do often is the one thing that I try to do is first start with one light, and I try to make the light as soft as possible. I try to get it as closest to him as possible. So you see right there, sorry, it's a little shaky because I am hand holding, but what you're gonna see is that I am 2 stops underexposed. So the beauty of live view is that you can make adjustments till you're right there. So I like shooting about half a stop underexposed. Diego, all right, let's see. Can you smile for me? Sorry, Diego's a little nervous. His first time on camera. So
He's doing great.
let's see.
So keep it up, man. You're doing great,
All
Diego.
right. Side profile, go on the side like you're modeling. Remember we talked about it earlier? There you go. There you go. Look at me. Look at me.
He's so
All
cute.
right. I see that if you see, I'm like what I'm trying to do is not get uh the Octabank in my frame, but it did show up a little bit in frame, but that's something that quickly you could either crop or use use some Photoshop to get rid of it. I try to shoot as closest to I literally under my Octabank as much as possible, um, just to make sure that the light is as closest to my subject as possible. Um, but Diego, there you go. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a second light. I'm gonna add a second light so that to really, really fill in those shadows. And that's just by using that second light, allows you to create a completely different look. All right, I'm a little overexposed for my taste. So for my taste, I like to be about half a stop underexposed. Diego, look at me. There you go.
And could we review some of these images in playback after you shoot some? There we go.
Definitely. All right, sorry about that. Let me change that. I know they look a little overexposed on my preview, but Devin assured me that they're really not.
It's an A10 mini thing.
There you go, Diego. Can I have you look at the light a little bit, Diego? This light?
So Bryan, did
No
I
squinting.
did
No
I hear you
squinting.
mention your
There you go.
are you shooting with the A9 from Sony? Is that what I heard earlier? You're on an A9
Yeah,
right
this
now?
is the A9 from Sony, and I have the 50mm macro. Let me quickly show you a little bit of behind the scenes. So this is the uLite with the uLite with the Octa, and over here I have the it's actually I believe it's an 18x18 right there, and it's really real simple setup. And then as my backdrop, I'm using the extra. I love shooting on a black background. So most of the time anytime I'm doing a demo or anything like that, I'm really using this black extra. It's available in a few different colors, but for me, black is the way to go.
I actually get the gray one because a lot of my clients like a gray background for their headshots, but then with a little distance you can make that gray black too. So
Exactly, yeah. The moment that you just separate your subject from the background, that disappears. So yeah, I usually do gray when I'm working with gels and things like that, because you could really make that gray look many different colors.
definitely, you
All right.
guys
So
tuning in,
now
who's got
what I'm going to
questions?
do is I'm going to set this down for just a quick second, and I'm going to set up our ring light.
And for you guys tuning in, do you have any questions on the 2 light setup that he was doing? Why you might go for 1 light or add in that second light? I dropped a link in for both the X-Drop and the uLite into the chat, so you can see those products available at Glazer's, of course. But if you have questions, go ahead and let us know what questions you have. And so Bryan is going to switch over to a ring light, which will have a totally different look than what we were just doing. And ring lights are really popular right now, especially if you are thinking about maybe doing your own streaming from home, or you just want a really cool light that'll give some really awesome catch lights. So it looks like we got that set up here. It's just a different look and it's a lot of fun.
Get closer to me, Diego. There you go. All right. So one of the things you're going to see really quick is that the first thing that I do is I'll bring Diego a little closer to me to almost the exact same thing that I did with the Octabank. I want the light as as soft as possible. So I'll get him as closest to me, and it's going to create a little bit separation between him and the background. Which, if you see right there, he's exposed. He's about a stop underexposed, which I like. I'm going to review a couple of these images. Diego, there you go. I'll review a couple of these images for you guys so you guys can take a look at. One of the things that a ring light does for you is that ring right around the eye. So if you see, this is a love-hate relationship from a lot of people. Some people really love it, and some people don't care too much for it. I'm one of those people that has grown to love it. And part of the reason, I think, because of the light. The light's actually really soft, and it's very even, which is something that, you know, as a photographer, you're always trying to look for.
Well,
Another thing that's great about this light is that you can quickly change the color temperature. Oh, bless you. So so you'll see so the power right now I have around 50%, and then I'm currently at 4800 Kelvin. But if I wanted to go to a daylight, I could just go up to 5600. And there you go. It completely changes the look. Let's review a couple images. Definitely looks like a school picture. So it's a yearbook photo, since Diego didn't get a yearbook photo this year because of he was cut out of class a little early. So we're taking some yearbook photos. What I'm gonna do now is, you'll see I could dramatically change the look by just changing the color temperature.
oh, he's having such a great time. That's awesome. So, Bryan, one person's asking, between the uLite and the ring light, are those both fairly portable? And would you recommend those for getting started with portraits and wanting some lighting? I feel like that uLite kit might be a really good starter kit for someone who who's starting out and maybe their budget's a little lean. Would you recommend that?
So they're both very affordable kits. The uLite kit's $249, and it comes with everything, including stands. The only thing, though, with it's not something that I would consider portable, as far as it's not battery operated. Where the ring light is AC/DC out of the box. It comes with 2 batteries, and it comes with 2 chargers. So you can easily use it anywhere.
Okay.
Diego's acting a little silly right now.
No, it's
but
awesome.
As far as portability goes, the ring light would definitely win a point for portability. As far as for a home studio setup, a small home studio setup, I would 100% go with the uLite setup, just because 2 lights is better than 1. Anytime you have that second light, it makes things a lot better. But
yeah.
The ring light has its perks. But I think, just to answer their question, I would, as a starter set, I would 100% go with the uLite setup.
Okay, great. Well, and Diego, everybody loves Diego. He's doing such a wonderful job, so let him know that. I know he can't hear me, but let him know that he's doing great. He's got a great personality, and the photos look great. So, and I like that ring light because it does fill in that face, but also creates some definition of the cheekbones and the chin. And like I said before, it's a great light if you're wanting to add a little bit of light for, like, if you're streaming yourself or you're on a Zoom call or something like that. Everybody's still doing those, so having that kind of light can really, people can see you and engage with you a little bit better. So, such a
Definitely.
pro.
I second everything you just said. One of the things that's really cool with this ring light, Kate, is that it comes with a ball head. So if you're using it with a camera, it also comes with a phone adapter. So if you want to just use your phone for a vlogging setup or something like that, you could. And it also, like I said previously, it's AC/DC out of the box. So currently right now I'm set up for I'm plugged up, but quickly I could just add a couple batteries and make this completely portable. It's great to have. I almost think I know this is gonna sound a little crazy, but I almost think that the ring light's almost gonna be like an appliance where it's gonna be required to have at every house.
Well, I mean,
Just because
there's,
it's fun, you could. It's great for entertaining. It's
yep.
great just to have a nice little selfie station. Um, to if you're cooking at home or if you're thinking about like starting a content creation channel, it's great for cooking. It's great for product photography. It's great for portraits like this. It's just very, very versatile.
I agree with you. I actually don't have a ring light right now, and I'm like, every time I use one, I'm like, I really should just own one of these. But I have other lights, so it's kind of like, how much room do I have for storing all of these things when they're not being used? That's another thing. So,
Yeah, exactly. I think that's so this space here that I'm in right now, I think this room is like 12 by 10, so it's not very big. It's just my home office. Um, but all these lights right here break down very compact and they don't take up a lot of footprint. Which is I think important for a lot of people that are starting studios or office home setups. They
right.
want to be they don't want it to definitely take up an entire room in their home. So that's what's great about both these lights that they break down very easily. They all come with little portable cases, so you could set them up and they don't take up a lot of room.
Yeah, I've been
All
doing
right.
so many of these from home myself that my lighting setup just stays up all the time. So,
Yeah.
but mine is bigger.
I wish I had that luxury, but behind this big black X drop here is my bathroom.
Oh,
So when I'm here, so it would be a little awkward, and I wish I could keep it set up, but it breaks down in 5 minutes, and I can
right.
set it up in 5 minutes. That's one of the things that I love about it. It's not something that require, and it's very, very ultralight.
Yeah.
So Diego's acting a little silly right now.
No, it's
Let's
great.
review some of these images. So, like I said, I like to underexpose about half a stop, and if you see right here, Diego, can you get more in the center? So I'm about right now. I'm perfectly exposed, but that's where he's at. Uh, Kudos to Sony's eye autofocus, though. It is nailing it every time, and it's fully everything's in focus. I wish I could show you guys a high res photo, but every time that I snap a photo, Diego, can you center right here? Get right in the center. There you go. There you go. That's a cool look off. Diego did his hair this morning. Took about an hour.
Well, like I said,
Normally he doesn't do his hair every day, but he had some help from his mom. So that's a good photo of him looking away. Those are the kind of shots that I enjoy. Again, you could see is the ring light. There is the effect that the ring light gives you. Like I said, some people enjoy it, some people don't. What I try to do is if it's a little distracting, I might spend a couple minutes and just Photoshop it out. But for the most part, I think it's almost become a look where people actually enjoy it. They enjoy seeing it, and they don't mind it as much. But when ring lights were first introduced, at least for vlogging setups and in-home setups, I don't think I was a big fan, but slowly and surely, I've grown to love them.
is that
Diego,
the,
there you go.
hey,
Can
Brian,
you move to the right a little bit?
is that the 1.2 Sony? Is that the 1.2 Sony or 1.4 or 1.8?
No, this is actually a hidden gem,
Oh.
which is the 50 millimeter macro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a lens that not even a lot of people know that Sony makes, but this is the 50 millimeter macro. I believe it's like 500 or $550. It's really, really sharp, and it has the focusing button, which I love. The focus hold button that you could program for eye autofocus, which is what I'm doing.
Okay, so it's
Um,
a 2.8. All right.
And for a macro, it actually focuses really, really fast. But
Cool.
and I'm pairing it with the A9. You'll see. If you see right here on this image, you'll see that a little bit of the ring light is in the frame. I don't mind things like that for some reason. I think, especially the Westcott ring light actually looks really cool in frame. It almost adds to a little behind the scenes shot to it. I definitely don't mind it having it in frame a little bit. I don't do it often. I'll crop it most of the time, but it's not as distracting. And I think it actually looks pretty cool. Our ring light actually aesthetically looks pretty cool.
It's
Any questions, Kate?
Oh no, I've been asking them as you've been doing that. All of those questions I'm asking for the most part are coming from the people who are watching.
Okay.
Yeah, so
awesome. And I think these were heavily back ordered for months and months and months. And I just found out that Glazers recently received a couple. Either they received them or they're receiving them today. But because of the pandemic, we were back ordered for, I want to say 2.5, 3 months for them. But Glazers recently received both of these in stock, so they're both in stock at Glazers right now.
yeah, I've been sharing those links with the folks who are tuning in, so they'll get to see that.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's take a couple. All right, Diego. This is what we're gonna do is, how about let's make some funny faces. There we go. All right. So Diego just finished first grade, and he's going to second grade.
Congratulations, Diego. That's great. Oh my God. That's so fun.
These are some of the cool things that you could do with a ring light. I think you'll see. They're funny, they're quirky. Kids actually enjoy it, and it's not, like I said, it's the new appliance.
Right.
So you can quote me on that.
Well, I mean, like you said before too, you can mount a camera up there. It'll hold what, up to 10 pounds? Is that what I remember reading?
Yeah, the little ball head will hold up to 10 pounds, but it's quarter 20. So let me show you. So there's a quarter 20. All right, it's a little. You can see it right there, but yeah, it has a quarter 20, and you could add your own ball head if you need. If your camera, if it's a little bit heavier, you add your own. So yeah, the ball head that comes with it will hold up to 10 pounds though.
And like you
it
said
also
before,
has a mount right above here, a code shoe mount at the very top of it. So the code shoe mount allowed even to add a phone from the top or the bottom. So if you wanted to do some top-down photography and things like that, you could do that. It actually pivots 100% down. So let me show you guys really quick. I don't know if this will come out on video, but
don't
if you wanted to do some top-down, you could.
Okay.
And also, it actually has a USB on it as well. So if you could also power your phone from it too, which is, I think, a cool little feature. If you're vlogging and you're running low on battery, you could plug in your USB cable or your lightning cable directly to it, and it'll charge your phone at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy, but handy.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this unit comes with 2 batteries. It comes with 2 chargers, AC plug. It comes with a carrying case, and it comes with a stand. So everything you need to get up and going is included in this setup.
And
let's review some of these images.
That's about just $200. So, right? Oh my God, he's such a character. If only he were having fun.
And have you move to the left a little? There you go. Yeah, So let's review some of these images. And I said, so you definitely, because I'm on a 50 millimeter and I'm in a tight space, you do see the ring light, but that's not something I can crop that out, or I could just push in a little bit like right here. I like to fill my frame as much as I can, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoy shooting with this macro. So it allows me to get a little bit closer, and it allows me to really fill my frame while not having to worry about focusing distance. Because it's a macro, it just allows me to get a little closer. And like I said, this is Sony's one of their hidden gems. It focuses really fast, and it's fairly affordable. So it's a cool lens to pair with a ring light or a small little home studio setup.
Yeah, it looks like it. I keep wanting to add a macro lens to my kit, but I shoot with a different brand, so I have to look for something else. But so have you? So someone's asking specifically about the ring light. How does that catch light work on people with glasses? Have you experienced that?
It creates a funky illusion where you'll end up with a few rings. I, as a person that wears glasses, it's definitely something that I don't enjoy seeing. But if your glasses have a nice reflective coating on it, it's not as distracting. But reading glasses, it's not something that I would recommend someone that's wearing reading glasses. But if they're prescription and they have a nice reflective coating on them, it's not as distracting.
Yeah, I feel like I normally take my glasses off whenever I use a ring light like that. So, because I also wear them all the time. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said, it's another thing that you could do that it's a pro tip. Gaffer's tape. I sometimes will gaff tape half the ring light and just create a little half light, and it'll still fill the frame a little bit. So you just gaff tape the front. I don't know if you can see, but if you just gaff tape half the ring light, and it creates a funky little effect, which is kind of cool, and it breaks up the circle, so you don't get a full circle. You almost end up with half a circle.
Okay.
Maybe next time I'm online, I'm on live with you guys, I'll show you guys that pro tip, and I'll have a second ring light where I'll show you guys my trick.
Or the next time you're here in the store.
Pending, but just joking.
I've even put gels over a ring light just so you have different colored gels coming in. It makes a really interesting specular highlight with the ring and the eyes and like different colored shadows and everything.
Good point. Yeah, definitely. Anytime you can incorporate ring lights, gels, you can get different looks, which is awesome. All right, Diego's acting silly, but so far he's doing a pretty good job. I think he earned his pizza.
Oh, we had pizza yesterday.
Did we earn it?
Nice.
Totally, we earned more than that. But so one person was curious: have you used the A7R4 at all? Is there a reason why you got the A9 over the A7R4? Or is it just a personal preference, or?
I have to say, to me, it's the silent shutter. Like, I absolutely love the silent shutter. Having kids, the 20 frames per second is amazing. And I also think that 25 megapixels is like the sweet spot, at least for me.
Okay.
Most of my photography is of my kids, and then I do street photography. And 25 megapixels is the sweet spot. So that's part of the reason that I went with the A9. One is the silent shutter. I don't know if that's even coming up on my microphone, but it's virtually silent. The sound that it actually makes comes out of the speaker, so it's it's a silent camera, which I love. I think it's game changing. The tech in it is revolutionary. So yeah, I love my A9. I used to have and actually sold my A7R3, which I think it's 42, 43 megapixels to buy this A9, and haven't regretted it since. It's
Very
less
cool.
taxing on my computer, and it's extremely fast. The autofocus is next level.
So for you, those of you guys
There you
tuning
go,
in, do
Diego's
you have
acting
any
silly.
other questions for Bryan? Bryan, did you have any other lights that you were going to talk about, or was it going to be just these two?
Just these two setups.
Okay.
For since it was only a 45-minute class, I said,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just focus on a couple. And I not only that, I think these are two lights that are very affordable. So they're very obtainable. They don't break the bank, and they're very popular right now because of not only for in home studios, but they're very popular for a lot of people that are working from home. Um, so that's part of the reason that I chose these two.
Okay, great. And yeah, I mean, I know we talked about that a little bit before the session. Um, and it's so timely because a lot of us are doing these Zoom calls. We're working from home. We don't necessarily in our office space have great light available to us. But by adding a light like this in, you can illuminate your face, people can see you, and it's just nicer when you're having these conversations online for people to be able to see your very well lit face. And these options that we're talking about here today with Westcott are very affordable. And I'll mention now, we'll talk about that quite as we wrap up too, but they are, there's some promos for Westcott. We're not going to tell you exactly what they are because you have to register to get the promos. But there's some promos available for Westcott gear. So if you registered for the session, you'll receive an email. If you pre-registered for it, you should have gotten an email this morning with those promos. But if you haven't registered, there's still time and you could go through and register now and you'll get that email tomorrow. So there are some offers available. They're only available for a limited time to stock on hand. So be sure to take advantage of those offers basically really fast.
Yeah, and they're exclusive to Glazers. It's not something that anyone else is getting. So it's only people that are watching PhotoFest online are getting these offers. So
Yeah, and it looks like the ring light's not showing in stock on our websites quite yet. So you might have some advanced information. They could be sitting in our shipping department right now and haven't been received yet. But feel free to give the store a call real quick just to see if we have gotten those in and they're just not on the site yet. So I know we've
yeah, I think they're. I'm sorry to cut you off, Kate, but I think they'll be there a little later this afternoon, at the very, very latest tomorrow. But like they are a hard ticket, so it's possible that they may be sold out. That I don't know, but you can place an order as well.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately the promos that are available are only going to be available for those items that are on hand currently during the show.
Okay.
So, but you can save that link at $200. It's a screaming deal anyway. So you can save that link if you want to maybe buy it later as well. So, yeah. So for those of you guys tuning in, if you have a couple of last minute questions. Bryan, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about or share during our session? I know you got a ton. You probably got way too many photos.
I definitely want to talk about the X-Drop a little bit.
Okay.
The background that I have back there. It is available for $120, and it comes in 4 different flavors, I guess you could say. Like it comes in black, which I'm using. It comes in gray. It comes in white. And you could also get it in a chroma key green, which is great for a lot of these Zoom calls and working from home. And another thing is we have over 120 designs. So if you like a design that you see on our website, you could order it through Glazers and they could special order it for you as well. We have some amazing designs online. So it's a very flexible backdrop stand. It's like I said before, it's very portable. The fabrics, the 4 base colors are wrinkle free and they're machine washable. So very versatile background stand. And it's $120 for that.
And are you using the 5x10 or the 5x7? Or 12 rather, 5x12?
I'm using the 5x7, and then the 5x12 offers a sweep in the bottom. But I use the 5x7s mostly, just because I don't have the room. If I had the room, I would probably go with the 5x7 sweeps, 5x12 sweeps. But because I have a smaller space, I usually just go with the 5x7s.
Yeah, and I actually
I believe the 5x12s are $139.90. So it's about $20 more. Get the option.
Yeah, I actually use the X-Drop for my portrait work for headshots, and I have the 5x7 in gray because it does give me a little bit more flexibility. For my traditional client work, most of them prefer the gray, and then if I want to take it to black, I just create some separation from that background. And like you were talking about earlier, if I want to gel it, that gray is going to pick up colors really well. So it's super versatile, and I pretty much use the X-Drop on every headshot session now, unless we're on location and doing shots outside. So yeah, that's become a part of my kit for sure. It's super portable.
Yeah, I've been to a couple. I've been to a couple studios where they have 2 or 3 of them set up, and they just swap them out, and they get different looks. And I think that's the beauty of the X-Drop. It allows you to get different looks really, really easy. Like I said, you create a little bit of separation, and the background goes to black. You add a gel to the back. You could get the gray or the white to, a nice gradient out of it. So it allows you to do a few different things with it.
Yeah, very flexible and super portable. I think it folds down into a case, the 5x7, it's like this size, and it comes with a case, got a handle on it. It's just easy to take on location, or if you're doing corporate headshots in an office for a business or something like that, you can take that with you, set it up, and get that consistent look kind of anywhere, which is also what's really awesome about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, the X-Drop with a couple lights and maybe an highlighter is a great little portable corporate headshot kit. And the entire kit could be had I believe under $600-700.
Oh yeah, once you get lights and stuff in there too. So, all right.
Yeah.
Bryan, did you have anything else you wanted to share today before we wrap up?
No, thank you for having me. Thank you, Glazers. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate it. Definitely contact Glazers, see if they have those ring lights and those uLites in stock. Give them a call. But I thank you again. Thank you for having me. Diego thanks you. He can't hear you guys, but
he's awesome. He was so awesome. I mean, half the
Diego,
comments.
You want to say bye?
Yeah, props to Diego.
There, so.
Yeah, he deserves pizza for sure. He was fantastic. So, and you got a lot of great photos of him. So, just real quick before we sign off for today, we like I said, there is a Westcott promo available. So if you registered for the session yesterday or over the weekend, you would have received a notification of that promo via email today. There will be another email going out tomorrow. So if you missed registering and missed those promos, go register now, glazersphotofest.com/register. Get on that mailing list so you can get that email tomorrow with the special offers. We'll appreciate that. And then tune in tomorrow. We have 3 sessions tomorrow. We've got more on lighting, astrophotography, and actually more on lighting. So a couple of the sessions tomorrow are going to be about lighting using different tools and techniques. And then we also have some astrophotography in there. So go to glazersphotofest.com to see the full schedule for the rest of the week. We are doing these sessions every day until June 20th. June 20th is the last day. And register to get the special deals. And we thank you all for your time. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you, Westcott, for being here, being a part of the time this week. We really appreciate it. And as always, it's good to learn about light and create awesome portraits. So thank you, Diego. You were fantastic. It just was really a lot of fun. So thank you all so much. We'll see you tomorrow morning or tomorrow at noon for our next live session. Have a great day.
Thank you.